This is me sitting down to my computer after a day of seeing patients. I usually spend a couple hours a day in this position, which can be problematic if I'm not careful. And there's some stretches you can do from your desk without having to get up to improve your health and hopefully avoid health challenges created by sitting all the time. When I get tired, I tend to put my leg up like this and raise my shoulder, which is not great. It causes some burning pain in that shoulder and can kind of tighten up my hip a bit. So I try and be mindful of my posture and keep it as straight as I can. It's not ideal here, but it's decent. That said, moving every half an hour or an hour and getting some stretches in at your desk can really mitigate the risk of sitting. Hamstrings are a really important muscle to stretch. They shorten over time, and keeping them stretched throughout the day will potentially avoid a tightening of your low back. 10 seconds each side, no bouncing, no pain, really easy. Then you're going to want to move that middle part of your torso. Push your chest out, arch your back, push it back towards the back wall, cat-cow, seated, deep stretch. If you're doing any sort of arm-related typing, mousing, keyboarding, etc., you have to stretch your arms. Palm up, palm down, 10-second holds each side. Nice and deep stretch. No pain when you do this. Hopefully this helps avoid those pesky repetitive stress injuries that can creep up and really interrupt your lifestyle when they do become problematic. Sit and reach. Shoulder blades squeeze together, reach arms overhead. This is a nice activation of my shoulder blades, which have a tendency to get weak over time if I'm not using them like this. So squeezing my shoulder blades, reaching up over my head, nice and comfortable, not forcing anything here to be perfect in its motion. Shoulder rolls. I do these throughout the day. They're my favorite for my upper trapezius, my neck. Gets the blood flowing, creates some movement. It tells me how tight I am too, because if it's noisy and painful, then I know I've got some tightness building up and I can really focus on those. This is my seated crunch. Stretch the tummy, really get a deep stretch, and then crunch in and squeeze my abdominal muscles, especially my obliques, to counter that back tightness that can happen when you sit. These are good to do. They're comfortable. They get the blood flowing in the core, and I highly recommend those. Finishing up with kind of the seated child's pose, arms in front. If you have room, this is good to do. If you don't have room, you can modify and do the best you can. Get a deep stretch there, and that would be good. Find your own routine, try some of these, and hopefully you find comfort with stretching and moving your body through the day, and have a good one.